everyone. My name is Sandhya Krishna. I'm your yoga instructor today. We'll be doing a little bit of mindfulness yoga for about 30 minutes or so, and we will be joined by my little kitten friends that I've been fostering. So if you hear any scuttling or ruffling in the background, it's them probably causing some chaos. But with that in mind, we can all get started on our mats, lying down on our backs, gently closing our eyes, letting our feet fall a few feet apart, our hands way past our mats, letting ourselves experience our consciousness without setting any goals for ourselves just yet. Finding a way to listen to your thoughts in the middle of this whirlpool tornado of thoughts. But also observing them without judgment. Now let's gently start focusing on our breathing. Let's bring our right hand to our chest, our left hand to our belly, keeping our eyes closed, and slowly feel the movement of our chest, of our belly, with each breath we take, with each exhale. From this point forward, we can use nasal breathing only. So we can inhale deeply through our nose, feel it travel down our throat, lifting our chest up, filling up our belly, and with each exhale, feeling that belly button press down into our spine, feeling the energy circulate throughout our entire body, and feeling that air come out of our nostrils. Go ahead and continue this deep breathing at your own pace. And once you find your own rhythm, maybe begin observing your thought patterns. Are you getting bored? Are you getting tired? Is your mind wandering to work or to other places, aspects of your life? And if you feel that, try and bring your thoughts back to that breath without judgment. Continuing to experience your consciousness. If there are any distracting sounds, movements around you, feeling yourself get distracted, observe that. Gently feel yourself coming back to your breath. And whenever you're ready, let's slowly, gently rise up from our mat, bringing our chest up and coming onto our hands and knees. Our hands, our wrists right underneath our shoulders, our knees right underneath our hips. And let's gently sink our hips back into a child's pose, knowing that you can come into this position at any point during our practice. From your child's pose, you can lift your hips up back to hands and knees, preparing for a gentle cat and cow. So on your inhale, you can lift your chest up, your hips up, but keeping your belly button pointing towards the earth. And on an exhale, rounding your spine, bringing your chin to your chest. Inhaling to cow, rolling your shoulders back. And exhaling, bringing your belly button to the sky. Moving at your own pace. Observing not just the movement of your body this time, but also the thoughts that come with it. Are you able to deepen your body further with each movement? And if you feel so inclined, you can add movements to your cat and cow, maybe dropping your hips a little bit and moving to the side. Making sure that you're moving with whatever comfort level that works for you. When you're ready, you can come back to neutral spine and prepare for our first downward facing dog. Let's tuck our toes and lift our hips to the sky, pressing our hips back behind us. Pressing into our fingers so we can see our thighs. And maybe gently play around with our feet, bringing one heel to the earth and lifting the other. And then pressing our left heel to the earth and lifting the right. Gently warming up those hamstrings. Do you feel any tension in those hamstrings? Any stress in your shoulders? Observe this without any judgment. Are you waiting to get out of downward facing dog? When you're ready, let's bring your knees back to the earth, coming into hands and knees, and pressing your hips back down for child's pose. Closing your eyes here, feeling that deep, intentional breath. And when you're ready, lifting your hips back up, coming to hands and knees. This time, let's take our right foot out and press our heel to the back of the room. And from here, bring it over to our right side. I'll turn over this way so y'all can see. And plant it onto the earth so your foot is parallel with the side of your mat. And rise up, hands to the sky. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, drop that right hand to the right leg. Left hand reaches up and over. Holding here for a couple of breaths, continuing to reach without becoming passive in our movement. Inhale here, and on your next exhale, bring your left hand to the earth. Right foot reaches up, right hand reaches up. And you can gaze at your hand. We can feel our core engaging for this posture. We can hold here just a bit longer. When you're ready, drop that right foot. Bring your hands up to the sky. Coming back to hands and knees. Let's bring that right foot back underneath us. And this time take our left foot out. Heel press to the back of the room. And bring it over to your left side. Dropping that left foot to the earth. Hands reach up. Inhale deeply here. Left hand comes to left leg, right hand reaches up and over. Closing your eyes to observe the feeling in your body and to witness your thoughts. When you're ready, drop your right hand to the earth. Left hand and left leg reach for the sky. When you're ready, go ahead and drop that left leg. Hands come back up. Let's come back to hands and knees. Bring that left foot back underneath us. I'll turn over so you all can see me. We can tuck our toes and press our hips to the sky for another downward facing dog. From here, let's lift our heels like we're wearing high heels and press them back down into the earth. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, press them back down to the earth. Inhale, lift your heels one more time. Bend your knees, look between your hands, and slowly tiptoe your way all the way to the top of your mat. Until you reach the top, plant your feet together. Actually, I lied. Maybe bring them hip width apart. And just hang here in ragdoll, bringing your hands to your elbows, swinging side to side. Allowing your spine to release, your head to drop. Pressing into your toes to lift those hips up. Observing the sensation throughout your legs, throughout your spine. Continuing to do this, continuing to sway. And when you're ready, press into your feet and gently rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae, reaching your hands to the sky. Inhaling deeply here and exhaling, bringing your hands to heart center. From here, we'll do a few sun salutations. Let's bring our feet pressed together onto our mat. Pressing into all four corners of our feet. Feeling that engagement move all the way up your legs. Feeling your glutes tightening. Gently lifting your spine. Opening your chest. Dropping your shoulders, feeling your chin parallel to the earth. On an inhale, let's bring our hands to the sky, our gaze to the sky. And exhale, let's hinge at our hips and forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. So your gaze is still on the earth, your crown is reaching forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, and then your left foot back to match it in a plank. And let's gently press into our fingertips and lower all the way down to our mat. Let's untuck our toes, press into our fingertips and lift our chest up for cobra. Keeping our elbows pressed into our sides. Dropping our shoulders. Inhaling deeply here one more time. And then exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and then lift your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Finding 5 breaths here, deep, intentional breaths. And observing your thoughts. From here, let's gently walk our hands to the back of the mat. And from here, gently walk our feet together so they're touching each other. Press into our feet, rise up, hands to the sky, hands to heart center. Preparing for our next sun salutation. And an inhale, hands to the sky, gaze to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk your hands all the way out into a plank. Inhale deeply here, pressing into your fingertips. And exhale with control, lower all the way down to your mat. Untuck your toes, squeeze your elbows together, and rise up for cobra. Holding here for just a little bit. This time, maybe lifting your hands for a second, using the strength of your back to stay up. And when you're ready, press your hands back down. Let's tuck our toes, shift our hips back, and rise up for downward facing dog. Find your 5 breaths right over here. On an inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look between your hands, and find your own way to the top of your mat, the favorite way to travel. And let's stay in our forward fold right over here. Let's walk our feet so they're hip width apart. And let's use our peace fingers and wrap them around our big toes. From here, let's halfway lift. And then on an exhale, forward fold, pressing into our toes, allowing our hips to lift a little higher, and observing the sensations of your body. When you're ready, go ahead and release your fingers from your toes. Press into your feet, rise up, hands to the sky, and hands to heart center. Let's walk our feet back together. And add on for Sun Salutation B, preparing for our warrior series. On an inhale, bring your hands up to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back into your plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes. Press your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Now that we've developed that pattern, observe how that movement felt, knowing the rhythm of those movements. Now let's try something new. On an inhale, bring your right leg to the sky. And now bring it in between your hands, plant it there, and drop your left heel onto the earth at a 45-degree angle. And bring your hands up for warrior one. Taking the time to bring that left hip forward, pressing that right hip back so that we square them. Observing here the tension in your right thigh, your left hamstring, your shoulders. Are you ready to get out of this pose? Are you breathing? Let's continue to press into the blade of our left foot, providing us with stability. Inhale here. And on an exhale, bring your hands back down on either side of your foot. Take that right foot back. Lower all the way down to your mat. Untuck your toes. Come up for your cobra. Inhale deeply here. Tuck your toes. Press your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. This time, let's bring our left leg to the sky. Inhale deeply here. Bring it in between our hands for a lunge. Drop that right heel to the earth at a 45-degree angle. And come up for warrior one. Let's press that right hip forward this time. Left hip back. Finding your way into deepening this pose. Into deepening your experience by observing your breath, your body, your comfort or discomfort. When you're ready, bring your hands onto either side of your foot. Take your left foot back into a plank. Lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale to rise up for cobra. Tuck your toes, press your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's take 5 breaths over here. From here, on an inhale, let's lift our right leg to the sky again and bring it in between your hands. Plant that back foot onto the earth and rise up for your warrior one again. Inhale deeply here, and this time open out to warrior two. Gazing over your right middle finger. Opening your hips this time.
Once again, feeling that tension in your right thigh. Maybe seeing if you can lower your hips a little bit more, pressing into the blade edge of that left foot. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale, let's drop our left hand to our left thigh. Bring our right hand up and over. And come back to your warrior two. And straighten that front knee. Feel that release, that recovery in your thigh. Inhale deeply and reach forward with your right hand. And drop your right hand to your right leg, left hand to the sky for triangle. I'll show you all this direction. Finding that you can bend your right knee a little softly. Pressing into the blade of that left foot to feel your left hip pull back. When you're ready, press into your feet, rise up, rebend that right knee, windmill your hands back down, and come back into your plank. Lower all the way down to your mat, press up for cobra, and tuck your toes, and press your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Let's do that all on our left side. Left leg goes up. Inhale deeply, bring it in between your hands. Plant your right foot to the earth. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale out, warrior two. Staying in this pose, but recognizing that your breath, your body is shifting throughout this movement. Your thoughts are shifting throughout this movement. When you're ready, drop your right hand to your right leg and left hand lifts up and over. When you're ready, come back to warrior two. Straighten that front knee. Coming into triangle, reach forward with that front hand. Drop it to the earth. The other hand comes to the sky. When you're ready, rise back up, rebend that front knee, and spiral down, taking your plank and lowering all the way down to your cobra, and taking your downward facing dog. You can stay in downward facing dog, or come into child's pose for 5 breaths. When you're ready, gently rise up from your child's pose and come to sit facing forward, cross-legged. Now realizing that we're already at 8 o'clock. So with that, thank you all so much for staying today, for joining my practice in this slow morning mindfulness yoga. I hope you guys join again next week. Namaste.